Nice to meet you, young guys. Tell me what is that you want me to. What is the area that we can be of use to you?
Sir, first of all, we started
Yeah.
Good afternoon, everyone. Today, we are delighted to host an interaction on logistics and supply chain management, an industry that truly keeps the world moving. It is a privilege to welcome our esteemed guest, Mr. Raghunath Venugopal Pai, sir, a seasoned logistics professional with over 4 decades of experience. A BCom graduate from R.A. Podar College, University of Mumbai, and an MBA in marketing from the University of Pune, Sir has worked with reputed organizations such as United Breweries and Sealand before founding Total Logistics in 2000, which later grew into Total Sealand Logistics Private Limited. Under his leadership, the company has become a successful end-to-end logistics solution provider. His journey is truly inspiring for all of us. We are sincerely grateful to you, sir, for being with us today. I introduce my classmate, Mansa Raghavendra, who will be moderating today's session. Thank you, and we look forward to an enriching interaction.
Hi. Great.
Hello, sir. Good afternoon. Thank you so much for catering your time for us.
Thank you.
Without further ado, let us pivot to the main component of the interview.
Okay.
Amar will be taking over.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Sir, could you briefly tell us about your professional journey and what led you to the logistics industry?
See, as regarding I am concerned, the process started way post my graduation. I did my graduation and then I worked interimly for an organization into accounts department. And subsequently, I realized that the basic degrees will not get me anywhere further in life. So I then decided to do MBA. I'm talking about, I did my MBA in the year 1982 and 84. That time MBA was not so much popular. Most of the things which were popular were chartered accountant, cost accountant, engineers, doctors. So this was a new upcoming buzzwords in those times. I did my post-graduation with the University of Pune, did specialization in marketing. I completed my whole post-graduation by 1986. Then I worked for a company into photo finishing. But subsequently, I was transferred to Calcutta and Indore. So I was in lookout for a job which could get me to my domicile. That was in Mumbai. So I got a job in a shipping industry for a upcoming shipping company which has the agency of a Taiwanese company. Before that, I never knew what the whole shipping industry looks like. So I joined this company which offered me a job with the domicile of Mumbai. So once I joined this job, I slowly understood how this job actually put me into a state of great amount of excitement, and I also felt that gives me tremendous amount of knowledge in terms of geography, in terms of understanding of political happenings, how it affects the economics of trade, and also it gave me ability to negotiate. So I was basically marketing space, that is in form of containers, 20-foot and 40-foot units, to various trade lanes. That time we were told to sell for a company, a Taiwanese line called YML. You might have seen the containers with this YML logo, which had opened sectors like India to Sri Lanka, Colombo, India to Singapore, India to Far East nations like Indonesia, Philippines. So I used to sell space to these locations in addition to selling space for selling inbound services from USA to Europe. Because YML had a service from America inbound coming till Singapore and Europe coming to Singapore. So Singapore for European service is not the ideal location. However, I was basically selling inbound, so inbound imports. So as soon as the containers come inbound, then you have an opportunity to sell the containers outbound. That's how, when I got this job, I was very excited about it. So that's how I started learning what logistics is all about. And it excited me, and as we went along in my career, I started excelling in it and developing it. I actually excelled in this because it excited me. It gave me, in shipping they say every day is a new day. So there's a new problem, new excitement, so that's how I just got into this.
Thank you, sir. I couldn't help but notice that, your transition from the MBA marketing domain to hardcore logistics, you must have faced some challenges. So could you elaborate more on that? Had it been easier for you to switch?
As regarding, I generally feel whatever you're doing, nothing is going to come easy to you. There would definitely be a course of learning, many problems you'll encounter, and as you go by in any given situation in life, whether it's personal, professional, or anything, any jobs, anything, you have to have a mindset to adopt to things, overcome challenges, and move on. Nothing stops you from moving on. So with that frame of mind, I moved. There was, for me, when I look back, I didn't feel it as a challenge. It was a progress which I had in my mind. I had a goal in my mind, and I was walking towards the goal. Whatever impediment came, I started making a way out of it.
So, sir, what are the major differences between what we learn in the textbooks, which are the logistics concepts that we learn in textbooks, and how does it differ with the real world logistics operations?
See, it's identical to what would be a doctor told be educated about in the college, about the whole body anatomy and this thing. And when he comes to practically practicing it, it needs a couple of other things other than the pure anatomy and this thing. It also needs an interpersonal understanding, which whereby doctor understands what it is, what the patient is actually going through. Then he has to also have understanding of medicines, which would be good for him. Similar to that, in logistics, what we learn is one part of it. It's identical to what a medical student and MBBS students learns in the college. He only goes practically, get this is this, and maybe in a state where they have dissected something, surgery. So it is once he gets the knowledge, how he executes at the ground level, and what are the challenges. These challenges have to be, these impediment or challenges have to be overcome. And that is the mind game more than anything else. And everything is how you handle the situation.
Thank you, sir. You must have come across some of the disruptions in your field while working. Could you just give us some examples of major disruptions that you came across and and how did you overcome it?
When you're asking me a question, disruption in terms of career disruptions or
No, I meant work related, sir, purely delays.
Means disruption in
problems
terms of
faced by the company as such.
Okay, in my career, I don't think I have major disruption in terms of career advancement. I had more or less I was lucky, or I never looked at those things in the I had a career in mind. I have a set of inputs which I could put in my job, which I had applied on the job, and one after the other things happened. And as such, I had no so-called, if I had to identify it as a disruptions or difficulties, there would have been little difficulties of coping up expectations of our bosses, and he expecting you more to perform. Those gaps could have been there, which I might have not been able to fulfill to the extent of 100%. Maybe I was good enough to please him to the level of 70% or 80%, which probably makes him comfortable working with each other.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, when you first entered the logistics industry, the operations and processes were obviously quite different from what we see today. Over the years, how have you seen logistics operations change, and what are the biggest differences compared to when you started your career in this field?
Yeah, during the working, there are many various issues. There are strikes, there are public commotions, there are areas of congestion, there are peak seasons, and all those things. There was an occasion when we had Mahindra and Mahindra had sent about 25 vehicles which had to be reaching Colombo for a summit, and these were newly built Scorpio, and during that time there was a heavy congestion at the port, and this vehicle had to reach by that time because these vehicles were meant to pick up the dignitaries who were attending. So we had made efforts in light of whatever difficulty constraints we had. So we had made efforts to talk to the port. In spite of all congestion and difficulties, we had moved the cargo inside the port and got it on the vessel so that it reaches well within the time. So what went into that success was a set of people who, that whole logistic chain needed many things. The vehicle had to be brought from the plant. The vehicle had to be pre-inspected. The vehicle had to be washed and waxed. The vehicle had to be then properly closed and required fumigations, and this thing had to be done. And at last it had to go to go on the vessel. So all those chain of people were well orchestrated by my people, and we had ensured that enough timelines are kept so that in any eventualities that we still meet our success to get the the vehicles on board. And everybody played their part excellently, which resulted in a success for us.
That sounds very inspiring, sir. If you let's now move to the other question. If you had to compare the current shipping market, what would you say? Where is India and where are the other global giants when you compare those two? And how can India catch up with those global giants?
No, see, in terms of shipping, India, when I mean shipping, and shipping is a very wide spectrum. Shipping, when I talk about shipping from my context, the shipping for me means the logistic for me. It means there are a set of my customers who has some cargo to come in and which has to be delivered to his plant, and there are a set of customers who have manufactured something which has to go anywhere abroad, and he has a window in which I have to execute. So for me, what it means is the land pre-port first mile transportation till on port, and last mile transportation from port. So in this, if I compare India with major ports, today India has excellent ports. and the facilities, what I would have anticipated about 30 years or 20 years back versus today, that as good as in terms of infrastructure, as good as what we can compare ourselves with Rotterdam and Singapore. But what could be probably different is the speed at which we work inside the port. So the speed at which in India, I wouldn't be able to tell you exact numbers, but what I understand that in a span of 7 hours, a full container vessel of about 2.5 to 3,000 containers are vacated and reloaded, and the vessel exits out in 7 to 8 hours in Singapore. Whereas in India, it takes about 24 hours. So there are a lot of things which can be bettered in terms of manpower, in terms of automations, in terms of better planning. And these are the things where we could, if there is a big difference, it is difference to that extent. Otherwise, infrastructure-wise, India is equally good in terms of port. Maybe export, that is post out of the port, the infrastructure may not be excellent in terms of road connectivity, road rules and regulations, vehicle worthy quality. Those things can be a different aspect, but otherwise the laid-in infrastructure looks good in line with maybe Europe and Singapore or China. But the method in which we operate needs a better, has a great, there could be a little area where that can be improved.
Yes, sir. I truly agree with you. That was quite insightful. Now, to go further, sir, as you mentioned about speeding up things in shipping and logistics industry, I was wondering how AI is actually helping major ports improve their operations. For example, like in areas like cargo handling, then route planning, then overall port management. So, do you think, sir, that the use of AI can significantly reduce delays and make the whole shipping process more efficient? And according to you, are ports in developing countries like India ready to adopt these AI technologies at a large scale?
AI will be a big game changer for every country and including India, because see, the latest port which is coming to port which has been put in by Adani, Virindam, which is at the bottom and is a transshipment hub. So they are using most of the things, the vehicles and all are being used on a AI platforms only. There's no drivers. So as we go on that platform, the efficiency is automatically going to improve because there's no emotion attached to it. A person may have likes, dislikes, this thing, but the whole system is orchestrated in this way that it's all system driven and it can be spliced to the minimum amount of speed. The speeds can be determined and the achievement are equally good. Achievement are much more easier as against the non-AI based. Leaving the social side of the thing aside, I think AI would bring in a lot of efficiency in the system and things would be more predictable. Anything like you are planning something that the vessel should move in 12 hours in and out. So I think this would be more predictable using AI because the achievements are well defined and achievable.
That makes sense, sir. That completely makes sense. But what would be your take if there's sudden boom in AI? Would it cause unemployment? And
see, I've come from a generation when I completed my graduation way back in 1981. So 81 to 2026 is a good 4 to 5 decades, more than 4 decades of life I have seen. I used to wonder when I first completed my graduation, I used to visit a couple of offices namely the government offices, namely the big companies also. They used to have a big hall where there used to be at least 50 to 100 tables and 100 people working, and with big registers and all those things. So as 80s unfolded and 90s came in, all those big offices suddenly vanished. And slowly I realized in 90s, many offices only had PCs, early 90s or late 90s. By 2000, there were no papers. Slowly, those big files and rack of files have slowly went back. Now, if I go to a shipping company's office like Maersk Line, they don't have papers at all. Like earlier when I used to visit a shipping line, they used to have heard of papers and files and all these things. All these things have undergone change. And this changes when computers came in, people said there will be unemployment. But if you see, computers are actually I realized that because of computer, IT industry has boomed. Every human being is making more money than what he could have made earlier. So I think every course of changes brings with its own challenges. There will be people who adopt to things, get on board. There would be definitely somebody who cannot adopt, would be left behind, and that can happen in every sphere of life, whether it's AI, and the change is inevitable.
Thank you, sir.
So, sir, as you mentioned the use of PCs in today's era compared to the earlier times where most of the logistics and shipping work was done on paper, the industry has clearly moved towards more computerized and automated systems. Maybe this might have improved efficiency and speed in the operations, but it also raises new concerns. So, what I think is, with increasing computerization of the shipping and logistics industry, the risk of cybercrime and data security is also growing. So, sir, from your experience, how serious is this risk for the logistics industry today, and what steps should companies take to protect their systems while continuing to adopt technology and automation?
Actually, I wouldn't be greatly knowing the technology and design, but everything has something like that. I can connote this as with the traffic going up and you buying a new car, what are the chances that you will meet an accident? If I understand, I replicate what you asked me. But in a given situation, when anything grows, there will be some leakage somewhere which needs to be rectified, and some cost of learning will always be there. Like you evolve some new system, there will be always some bugs which will have to, and the same applies here also, I think. And cyber threats could be there. I know for a situation maybe about 4 years or 5 years back, Maersk Line website was hacked, and they had great difficulties. Their shipping, everything was all was computerized and BLs, data, but they overcome it. So in a given situation, when some new things evolves, with it brings some things which needs to be carefully overcome. And to overcome, it can only happen when the event has happened. So once the event has happened, there will be some course of corrections which will be made, which will take care of the system to grow and continue.
Absolutely, sir. According to you, what are some of the concepts that are vital for someone who wants to get into supply chain or logistics? As a student, what do you feel that is a pathway for them?
It's a profession.
Technical and non-technical.
It's a profession like any other profession. It is much more lively in terms of events and probably more innovative as against a profession which we can talk about like the accounting profession. Against that and some profession which are more or less like repetitive nature. That way, this profession offers you a little more excitement in terms of innovations and the problem solvings are different than what a normal other thing. And every student, generally, whoever is inclined towards logistic is basically one of the most important thing in our life now. Like right from Zomato to everything is the platform on which they thrive on, Amazon and everything, is logistic based. No? So it's integral part of everybody's life in terms of social, in terms of anything which is growing. Because as mankind grows, there will definitely logistic will grow at an equally fast pace. So it's a most one of the most growing industry which will grow. It will never die. So at any given situation, right from if we go to the mankind origin of mankind, logistic would have been there. They used to be carrying something from one place to the other. Till today, when globalization is happening, where a tractor being made in Ranjangaon gets into the farms in Houston within 45 days. So it itself has got the things challenges, and it is eventful a career to make, and it all depends upon a person how he looks at. And every profession has its own likes, dislikes. One has to accept it the way it is, and I always enjoy working. My major part of my life has been in this industry, so I will always love to be in this. I was just many times asking my friends who are into different industries, when I feel they get means those people are little more settled in terms of at a particular age, at a particular level, their movements are less in terms of because they have more or less identified what are the things and they control things sitting on a chair. But in case of logistics, it has got a much more dynamism in them as the problems are different every day. So that could be the part of difference I think.
True enough, sir. It's all a matter of perspective and passion.
Yeah.
Sir, when you first entered the logistics industry, the operations and processes were obviously quite different from what we see today. Over the years, how have you seen logistics operations change, and what are the biggest differences compared to when you started your career in this field?
See, it all depends upon, you may get examples of both sorts. I think the person who got into Ola guy, Rishabh Agarwala, if I remember is correct, he started at the age 17. So it all is the temperament, and I have started my business at the age 40. So in last 25 years, I brought with me a wisdom, and probably Rishabh, if I get his name correctly, he would have brought his strength in terms of youngness and faster thinking and more dynamism. So everything would have its own pros and cons. So it all depends upon which situation you are and what opportunity you are smelling, and how you can convert that opportunity to business. It could happen when you are 22, or it could be happening at 42, or it could be happening at any age where you have the intention and vigor to do it.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. What are some of the dynamic career opportunities that exist today for someone who is a fresh graduate in, let's say, supply chain and logistics as a
So
domain?
most of the international companies now pick up people and they groom for senior positions in their shipping lines, like marketing, operations, container management. So there are enormous opportunities today. There are a lot of surface transport companies. There are a lot of international shipping lines, Indian shipping companies. Plus, the government is also encouraging a lot of logistic-based startups.
Thank you, sir. That was insightful.
Yes, sir. So to move forward, I would like to ask you that from your experience, what are the qualities or mindsets do you personally look for when you are hiring young professionals? Like for example, if you are hiring me as a young professional or as a graduate, what would be the qualities or skills or mindset you are looking for in me when you are hiring me in your company?
So generally, when I hire a person, I hire a person with a good amount of. If I have to put in a scale of 10, he should have at least 7 to 8 uh, scale at the scale 7 or 8. He should have the leadership quality. If he has a leadership quality, he will be able to make the team work the way he wants. Second is the ability to understand and relate to people. Because ultimately, logistics is a game of communication and proactive anticipation. So there, a communication team comes to take the right inputs. Could be uneventual things that could happen to avoid those. So even if that happens, what are the outcomes that can disturb you and how you can overcome that? Those are the games of communication, to understand from the person it could, and also to communicate to get that to resolve that at a given situation. So it's a game of second is the interpersonal relations. First is the leadership quality, second is interpersonal relation, and third is how well he thinks and resolves the issue immediately. So it could be a product of his own common sense, backed up by academic knowledge. So these are the three qualities I mainly look at, and I'm sure that these three qualities one possesses, will definitely be in a good performer.
Thank you, sir, for taking this. Let us now pivot to sustainability as a concept. So, what is your take on sustainability, and do you think it is practical for this concept to be implemented in the field of logistics?
Sustainability will have to be there, because if you're setting up any systems for that matter, or processes or SOPs, they will have to be sustainably be followed. Because till such time that we don't have a sustainability, we will not be able to perform, because it cannot be like an poetry where you write it one poetry and write the other one. It's more or less a standardized processes which has to be defined, and they have to be adhered to. So in terms of if I understand that word sustainability in terms of I am assuming this might be how frequent that the things change. It is more or less, I think, sustainability will be achieved, and it's essential to get the supply chain and get things moving. Because if you keep on altering things, then you have difficulties in getting the SOPs defined and following the SOPs.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. To go forward, I would like to ask you that, sir, how do you see the logistics and the supply chain industry evolving over the next 5 to 10 years? Will there be a growth in this particular industry, keeping in mind the use of technology and different geopolitical issues and the use of sustainability? So, do you think the logistics and supply chain industry will grow over the next 5 to 10 years, keeping in mind the points which I mentioned?
No, supply chain will grow. There will be hurdles in terms of geopolitical difficulties, in terms of if tomorrow there's a war in Iran, so there's some particular passage of Red Sea cannot be, Persian Gulfs cannot be touched by then the guy, like when we had Palestine war, we had to go all around the Gulf, come down to the Cape of Good Hope and take a spin. We could not use the Suez Canal. So in these geopolitical difficulties will bring in lot of changes in the schedules and in turn have difficulties of making things happen. So those will be there. The growth is, first part of the question is growth. The logistic industry will grow in a big way. In terms, because everything now with this free trade agreement that we have signed with Europe, today it won't be difficult for Europe to manufacture a car in India and sell it to any part of the world in 45 days. So all this is going to bring in lot of logistic challenges, logistic opportunities, and logistic. Lot of people are going to, every software guy is going to invest into logistics because he thinks this is a growing area. He needs this opportunity to sell software into it. So everybody is going to be getting on to the gluing on to the logistic business to make his bread and butter.
That makes sense, sir. In this fast-paced sector, do you think the concept of work-life balance exists?
In any profession today, maybe be a chartered accountant, maybe be a doctor, maybe be a surgeon, maybe any person who is working for multinational, where guys have a conference call, could be fixed between 18 hours span. There will be a difficulties to match business with intrapersonal quality which one has to develop, how much importance he gives for the profession and what level of, what age bracket, how much he has to balance. All that is very individual, and once you are very clear that I want this much to be done and this much. So it's all very individual, because cannot necessarily be industrial based, but some industry may demand more, some industry may demand less. But I think this factor is very individually you can achieve it if you set your mind and goals to it.
Agreed, sir. So that brings us to the last leg of our interview. So do you have any key takeaways or messages that you would like to share with the students watching this interview?
I feel they are very blessed people. So they are coming into the India when India is far resourceful and opportunity driven, because with these free trade agreements and lot of ease of doing businesses, the laws and tax structure has been so simplified. The world, every part of the world will start looking at India, because India is the only country which has got so much people and rich consumer strength, which nowhere in the world has. But Indians are the only people who can speak a proper English. Like if you go to China, Vietnam, they may not be as excellent as an Indian. This is what my observation is.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. That was quite insightful. Now, as we are towards the end of our session, I would like to conclude the session with a vote of thanks. So, on behalf of Operations and Supply Chain Forum, I would like to express our heartfelt gratitude to Mr. Raghunath Venugopal Pai, sir, for taking the time to share his valuable insight with us today. Your practical experiences and honest perspectives on the logistics and supply chain industry have truly helped us understand how the concepts we learn in class apply in the real world. I would also like to sincerely thank our respected professor, Mr. Saurabh Adra sir, for giving us the platform to learn and constantly guiding us beyond textbooks. Thank you everyone for watching. We hope this session gave you clarity and inspiration to explore the logistics and supply chain field further. We truly appreciated your time, sir. Sir, now to move forward, at the end, I would like to introduce our operations and supply chain forum to you. Sir, our operations and supply chain forum, it is the one of the most vibrant and it is professionally student-driven community under the School of Business at MIT World Peace University. It is established. This forum has been established with a commitment to bridge the classroom learning with industry practices. It also serves as a platform for knowledge exchange and corporate engagement. It also focuses on solving all the real world issues in the domains of operations and logistics and supply chain management. We also have a lot of industrial visits, then guest lectures, and our magazine particularly. Therefore, this forum empowers students to take initiative, just like we did today, led with purpose and grow into the future-ready professionals. Thank you so much, sir, for giving us your valuable time.
Yeah, it was my privilege to spend time with you guys, and I would say that I'm not an expert, but I'm a person who is dwelling in this industry and trying to survive in this industry. So learning every day new things. So it was a great privilege to spend some time, understand what you wanted, and how far I have been able to cope up with your needs and expectations that you'll have to decide. But all the best to every student of this forum.
Thank you, sir.
And bye for now. Yeah, bye. Yeah, pleasure was mine, privilege was mine. Thank you so much. Bye for now.